What's up? What's up? It's your girl Michelle with those Reign Drop Convos, and my girl.
Stacey, what's up, guys?
And what is going on, chick? What are we talking about tonight?
Girl, we are talking about Miss Vivica A. Fox, Auntie Viv, who
And
who had a recent interview on Vlad TV, and she called rapper 50 Cent the love of her life. This is not the first time we've heard this. We've heard this before, and it has caused a media frenzy before. We also have Mr. P. Diddy, Mr. Puff Daddy
mm,
himself,
mm.
who I believe it was on last Thursday, posted a picture of he and J Lo for a Throwback Thursday, and we all know that J Lo has now left Mr. Alex Rodriguez and is now back with her. I don't want to say her first love, but her real love, I think, Mr.
Mm,
Ben Affleck. So
mm.
that's what we're going to touch on tonight. Is it okay to post on social media or to talk about in interviews about your ex?
Well, hey, baby, let's get into the content. We are about to get started right now. All right, chick. Well, let me jump in real quick because I know you've got the background on the story, but I'm just going to tell you right off from the rip. If even if social media wasn't a thing, it really is not appropriate for your ex to bring up, your current lover, husband, boyfriend, or whatever you got going on, to bring up an ex on their social media at a family gathering, at the family barbecue. It's Memorial Day, so if
Oh
you're
my
there,
God. I'm sure
it's
there
to
are
me
stories.
it's not appropriate. So I don't care if social media wasn't a thing. Social media just really kind of compounds it in a larger way. Even, celebrities, they have their huge followings, but even on a smaller level, if I was to post something about an ex, you better believe I will be hearing it in my DM and everywhere else. Like, hey girl, what's going on? You and your dude still good? Or,
Right, right.
so no, it's, to me, straight off the rip, it's not appropriate. So give us the goods, baby. What's the news?
No, I mean, basically, Vivica has maintained throughout the years her love for 50 cents. And so, I don't think that it comes as a surprise to anyone that
Mm-hmm.
she still sees him as the love of her life. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, we see one persona of Mr. Curtis. I forgot his last name, but 50
Mm-hmm.
Cent Curtis Jackson, that's what it
Right,
is. So
right.
we see, the public persona of Mr. Jackson. However, I think that there's another side to him. And so I think that it's hard for the public because I know that there was a previous kind of some words,
Mhm,
from him, and they were not so good about her back in the past when this has come up. But I
mhm,
mean, I think that there's another side to him because let's not forget, Sierra used to date 50, and
mhm,
Sierra really liked him too. So
mhm.
I think that this, hard, mean, don't take no stuff 50 Cent. I think that that's a public persona, but I think that behind closed doors, Vivica says in the article that I read on, shout out to Sandra Rose, but she said, and I quote, he's such a gentleman. He's very
Mhm.
generous. I know him as Curtis and always will. So I think that I think Curtis is different from 50. And so, I don't know. I think that she probably is going to always love him. And his response was very polite. He did not belittle her or anything like that. He's like, at that time, we were all in, we loved each other. I get it. And so
Mhm.
that was it because he has a girlfriend now. So
Mhm.
I don't think that he needs to go back and forth about it anymore, especially with him having someone special in his life. So
Mhm.
I think that kind of touches on what you said. Like, hands off. You don't talk about the exes. It is what it is. And because they have, or she has this platform that reaches, millions of people, when she says something like that, of course it's going to reach his girlfriend. And if I'm not mistaken, his current girlfriend, has thrown some shots on social media at Miss Fox and about her age.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Okay. So now it's an age thing, but listen, everybody has a love of their life. You know what I'm saying? It should be your current boo. But everyone has, I'm just saying.
All right.
But he's with someone. I'm not sure she is, because I'm pretty sure if she was, then that would not be a topic of conversation. Because if I'm with someone and you interviewing me, I'll be doggone if I'm going to say the ex is the, love.
Right. You'd be talking about the new boo, not the old boo.
Boom. Right. So so she clearly, I'm going to say clearly, because to me it's very clear that she doesn't have someone in her life right now that she has the same, feelings for as she did for Mr. Jackson.
Yeah, because I definitely think that she would be speaking about that right now, because I'm sure that a lot of celebrities probably, date, and before they actually go public with it, if it's really something serious, then eventually you'll hear about that. So yeah, and I imagine that all the media outlets that where she was interviewed and anyone who picked up the story kind of ran with that, because that's a lot of the headlines I was seeing. Everything was, Vivica Fox says that, Curtis Jackson was the love of her life, and she knew him as a different person and not, what we all think of, just from the media images, the hip hop and all that stuff. So no, I get it. So yeah, no, I would imagine that she would have definitely been speaking of someone else if she had somebody, that special in her life. So
right, but then there's also a code of respect too. Like when even if you are single and you have this person from your past that you feel is the love of your life, if you know that they have someone, I think that you definitely refrain from mentioning them, especially when you have this type of platform, such a public platform. You just don't interfere in other people's relationships like that. You know what I mean?
Right.
And to even cause such an uproar, or stir up, just so much over something that was, I don't know how long ago they dated, but however many years ago they dated, we know it was a long time. I just don't think that we should still be talking about someone again, especially when we know that they are in another committed relationship. Right. I think that's a line or a boundary that you just don't cross.
Right. And the thing that's funny is that, like I was saying, even if it's a celebrity with a large following and platform, or just your regular person, it gets back.
Can you imagine?
It gets back. So
can you imagine?
It's a violation no matter what.
Can you imagine being at the barbecue and somebody bringing up your ex-wife, and you with your boo?
I would feel some kind of way, and I'm sure the person I'm with would feel some kind of way. And so there's just certain etiquette, so it's even worse to do it on social media or on any of these platforms right now. So no, I totally don't agree with it. And of course, even if you make any small mention, of course, the platforms, the blogs are going to run wild with it because everybody's looking for a story.
Right.
But at the end of the day, what's done is done. And when we're done, then we're done.
Yeah, like loved you then, and always will, because I'm one of those people, like once I love you, I'm gonna always love you. You know what I'm saying? And so yeah, I'm kind of one of those people that, like, I had the end of my relationships have always been amicable. You know what I mean?
Right, yeah.
So there's not been any reason to stir up any trouble or anything like that. It's always been amicable. But clearly this separation of this relationship, clearly it wasn't mutual. Doesn't sound like she would have left him, but he does in his response, he does say that he believes that it's her publicist or the publicist's
Mm-hmm.
fault that they aren't together. And so what he says basically is that, they were telling her, publicist was telling her, they need to do this, they need to do that. And I don't know, the article didn't go into depth about what those things were, whether it was, appearances or statements, or whatever. But I would guess that being in a celebrity relationship could cause some problems, especially when both of you are celebrities and you both have people in your ear telling you what to do, what not to do.
Right.
And so he admitted that caused a lot of trouble in their relationship.
Mm-hmm. But I can also, speak on what speaks to the insecurity, of the woman that seeing that, if the new, boo is having a problem with seeing these things. And I'm not saying they're necessarily insecure, but I'm just saying that, you have to be secure in your relationship, because I can confirm that I am Facebook friends with one of my first loves. And so, yeah, so, we are Facebook friends. Right. We are Facebook friends. And when I see, him posting things on Facebook and him and his new wife and all that, I mean, I feel a, certain kind of way, but I've never been ugly, never, he likes on my, right. He likes on things that I post. I like the things that he posts, but I know that part of my life is a done deal, but we always will have a connection that
absolutely,
no matter what, that him and his new, boo, don't have. They're creating a new connection. But
right.
You can't cut off and completely act like those old connections did not exist. That does not mean that you act on that. And
correct.
So, I can't be insecure about somebody I'm not with. I mean, it's
straight up. I remember when I first started dating my husband, and we were, I think, on the way. I don't know whether we were in the car together or whether I was listening to the Quiet Storm at home. But that was when the Quiet Storm came on, Joy to Tell, shout out B103.
Right.
And I remember listening, and we had a song, our song was, I think, Jesse something for you. I forgot his last name, but it was like for you. I remember hearing, because that's when we could do dedications on the radio.
Oh, I remember that.
so I remember listening and I don't think we were together now that I'm thinking about it. So I remember hearing his ex-girlfriend did a dedication to him with that song, and I was too outdone. Hold on, do you know your ex-girlfriend is on B103, doing a dedication to you, an hour song, it was crazy, but they were exes. You know what I'm saying? And so it is what it is,
right?
And I don't think that it's appropriate. But let's talk about Diddy, because Diddy just did the same daggone thing.
Okay, so what did he do, girl?
Oh God, Diddy. So Diddy, we know his love for J-Lo. We know that he never stopped loving J-Lo, even through, his girlfriends and all of that partying. But he posted a picture last Thursday, if I'm not mistaken. Throwback Thursday, right? That's the thing, right? Okay.
Right. Hashtag TBT, right?
Right. Hashtag TBT. So he posted a picture of he and J-Lo back when they were dating. Dude, like, come on.
Oh my gosh.
Come on. Like, how long ago was that?
And how many other Throwback Thursday pics could you have? I mean, come on, dude. Come on.
Girl. It's like, okay, I'm going to, as we talked about with Future, you kind of want to pull him to the side like a, big little brother, and just be like, baby, I need you to let her go because she's gone and she ain't coming back.
Right, right.
Because at the end of the day, J-Lo is never going back to Diddy. If she was, she would have. She went back to Mark Anthony, and they ended up getting married, having the kids. Yeah. She actually, I think she and Alex Rodriguez at some point had broken up and got back with him. Okay. And now she's back with Ben Affleck. So she's, she the go back queen. I'm just saying, right. She go back queen, but if she ain't came back to you, then it ain't happening.
Right, let it go, bro.
And the timing, I think the timing is so inconvenient, and the timing almost makes it look, I don't want to say desperate, but like it looks really bad because it was just reported that she was back with Ben Affleck.
So for him to post that now was kind of like,
like they just
on some jealousy type stuff.
There you go. Yeah, because I think they went on some romantic getaway to Montana together, and that was what was reported. And so now it's not a secret that it's a Bennifer thing again. You know what I mean? Like we remember Bennifer from back in the day. Right. So now Bennifer is a thing again. And what he kind of wait a minute, wasn't his wife's name also Jennifer? So he kind of never left Bennifer land. Because I think he married Jennifer. Oh my God, what's her last name?
I cannot think of it. Right,
Jennifer, something to that effect. I don't know her last name, but so she and Ben always. They loved each other, I think that part of the issue, it wasn't the issue necessarily with them. I think that when we're talking about that couple, you kind of also have the people around coming into play, the chatter in your ear coming into play, because I think that his people did not want him with her.
Okay.
For whatever reason, I won't speculate. Right. But now they're older, they're more mature, they have kids now, and somehow or another they found their way back together.
Right.
And it is what it is, so at this point it's like, Diddy, baby, find you somebody.
Right.
And settle down, because you need to settle down at this point.
Yeah. And when we speak on these types of celebrity relationships, it really is a close correlation between just everyday relationships, because again, social media, whether your circle is big or small, who you're dating makes a huge difference, because everybody, I've heard people say, I think I heard Kevin Samuels say, oh, well, are you posting her on social media? To have people see you with her on social media. So it's like now social media is the standard for, determining if the relationship you're in is actually serious. You know what I mean?
It's ridiculous.
And it's so crazy.
It is. I heard in a song, one of the modern songs, and I love the hip hop music. I do. Right. I don't know what the hell they're saying half the time, and I don't know what the song is about half the time. My body is moving to the music,
Right.
But shoot, and here I go again. I forgot what the heck I was saying. You know how I do.
Right.
What the heck was I saying? Keep me up.
I mean, just talking about, posting this stuff, and it's like the social media is the affirmation as to whether or not you are really in a relationship. Because, anytime you change your relationship status on Facebook, it's like a huge announcement. They've even got, it's complicated. Divorced, separated, in a relationship, just got married. So they've got all these different relationship statuses, as if that.
No, and that's what I was going to say. Like, I heard the song, one of the modern songs, where it was like, and I don't know what song it was, and I'm loosely quoting, but it was like, if you ain't got a ring on my finger, you ain't gonna be on my social media type thing.
Oh my gosh.
And so it's like, okay, so we're basically what she was saying was, if you're not my husband, you ain't getting on my social media. Like, you ain't gonna be just
meaning that I could get DMs, and they almost making it as if these social media platforms are like an online dating site, low key.
all it
online
is.
dating.
That's all it
It
is.
is, because people talk about getting DMs from, because when I get friend requests from just random dudes and I check out their profile, I'm like, man, come on. I'm on social media really to promote my business. And so if you're
Business,
hitting me
right?
up and you're not even an entrepreneur, I already know what's up. So
Right. I mean,
it's weird.
that's what
It's
it is.
crazy.
It is. It's definitely a platform or platforms across
Hmm.
all the platforms, social media platforms, where people are shooting their shots.
Right,
I
right.
mean, it is what it is. And so I'm not mad about it. It is what
Hmm.
it is. We had
Right.
back in the day MySpace and I forgot
and
some of the
and
other
the
ones.
and the 1-800 number, the call in lines. I mean, baby, it's been
Exactly, the chat lines.
this thing has been going on for years. So
It's
this
right.
social media stuff is not new. It's just a totally different ball game as far as how it's presented and who knows your business. Honestly, it's just more of your business kind of being out there in a public, forum.
Yeah,
So
I
yeah.
mean, and people put their own business out there, so
Right.
but it's a place where people meet, and because we did go through 2020, a whole
Hmm.
pandemic that kind of forced everyone to be more isolated and be more, at home by themselves.
Right.
If you don't have, a husband or a wife or a
Yeah.
family, the single people, I think, really had to kind of figure it out,
Right.
because
Right.
dating is important. Like, that
Right.
part of your life is also important. And so the pandemic, I was talking to my little sister. I have a little sister that's 22, so she
Hmm.
keeps me hip.
Yeah.
She keeps me hip and cool
Yeah.
and all that good stuff. But she was saying that, a lot of her age group, actually, they're on those dating sites. And I was like, what? Because
Mm.
when I was 22, I wasn't thinking about a
I
dating
mean,
site.
at
You know
all,
what I
girl. We
mean?
were trying to go to the club and
Right.
actually
That's when
see
you met
people in
people.
person. Right.
Exactly. So she was saying, but she also said that part of the draw was because of the pandemic and because people
Hmm.
were, isolated, and they still needed that social outlet, that dating outlet. And so a lot of them flocked to those dating apps and dating sites as
Hmm.
an outlet, as a
Yeah.
means of meeting people and still having some sort of social life. So,
Hmm.
I mean, I get it. That's what it is. I don't understand the language too
Right.
much.
Right.
I'm very confused about how social media, or how people translate social media to real life.
Hmm.
I think we talked about that before. How I was telling you I had to call, one of my younger girlfriends, like,
Yeah.
girl, what does this mean?
Right. Right. And God
What
help
does that
God
mean?
help the people that are 40, 50 and up that are
Us,
single. They
us,
probably were
right.
really
Okay,
confused with this
single,
whole
but yeah,
thing. They
right.
were, they were. I mean, I can just imagine the men that really weren't like tech savvy, that were like, "Oh, you need to download the Facebook app and the Instagram." And I'm
Girl.
sure they were like, "Wait, I don't understand. What happened to just regular, going and meeting up?" And like you said, with the pandemic, that was not
Mm-hmm.
possible. And
Right.
so it changed the entire game for a lot of people. It definitely did. So, no, I hear
It
you.
did. But I
Hmm.
mean, back to, is it okay to post about, because we're talking about social media. Now, if you think about it, okay, so let's say you're with somebody for a year or two, and I'm
Hmm.
clearly, I'm not talking about us, our age group.
Right.
It could be, it just depends. But you're dating someone for 2 years, your entire social media is dedicated to them, and dedicated to your budding relationship, and then
Hmm.
all of a sudden you break up. So do you go back and erase those pictures off of your social media of them and kind of, start over?
No, no, because it's still a part of your life and it's still a part of your history. And so, any new person in your life, if they were even to ask you to do that, then because the thing is, you'd have to be
Really?
really insecure to go. I mean, to go and delete the stuff from your social media. I mean, come on, man.
I don't
That's
know. I have to disagree. Like,
you would. So, if a guy
yeah,
asked you to delete
I don't
your
think he
old,
would have to ask me. That's the
you would
thing.
delete stuff from your social media from a past relationship.
Yes, I would.
Oh
Yes,
wow.
if I'm that serious with someone, and like serious, and we're
But what does the pictures from the past have to do with your new relationship?
why are they plastered up? Why do I have my old boo plastered all over my
But it's
platform?
not about plastered. It's about the thing is it's a timeline. Every social media platform is a
This is a
timeline.
question. Like, guys, if you all have, an answer to this, please
Please,
come
and somebody chime in because I totally disagree with you,
because
Stacey.
I
You
think,
my
yeah,
girl, but I
I
totally
know.
disagree with that.
I
I'm
would,
not.
like,
I'm.
it's a
Let me tell you
disrespect for
something. Me
me.
and my husband are separated, but
Mm-hmm.
I am not gonna. If I get into a new relationship, I'm not going back to social media and to delete all of my pictures of me and my husband's
Well,
relationship and marriage photos and all that.
well, well,
No, let's
yeah,
talk,
I
man. Let's
would,
talk. And
would.
we're going a little
It's,
longer than normal, and I know we need to shut it down soon.
I mean,
But I
but especially if you're in a serious committed relationship, let's say you get engaged to this person, you know,
and okay, and
nah,
so
man,
that's the new part of my timeline. Why would I go back and delete pictures of my
nah,
husband?
man, because I don't want to look at his page and see the woman from his past all over
Well,
his
why you?
page.
But if it's a timeline, why are you scrolling through the old pictures anyway? I
What
mean, it's
you? I mean, I now personally, and we've talked about this offline. Personally, I don't even follow my husband on IG, so
okay, right?
I'm not on Facebook. So, I'm not nosy like that.
Yeah.
But out of respect for my new boo,
You're gonna go back. I've been on Facebook for 10 years, Stacey. Do you know how many pictures I'd have to go back and delete of me and my husband
then
if I
let's
was in
see,
a new relationship?
is there a line of a delineation between a relationship and a marriage, though?
Okay, well, no,
Yeah.
that's different. But even honestly, like I said, I'm just like I said, I'm just totally on the other side of that, where I totally disagree with you. I'm not gonna go back, even if I had a relationship and now me and you are in a relationship, and so to keep you from scrolling through my past photos, I'm gonna delete them so you don't feel some kind of way.
Well, not just them, though. Like, you have to think about social media and what it's used for. Like, I don't want it, not necessarily just that person, but when we're talking about other people who are scrolling to find out your business, because let's not act
Okay,
like it's
so
not nosy
I know,
people.
and it's going to be plenty. The people, whoever you're friends with, family, and all that stuff. But you think that by you deleting it, that's going to make them forget the past relationship, and
No,
now they
it's not
see.
about that, but you don't put it
Okay,
in their face. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't
man,
want it in my face. And so I just, I don't know. Nobody, if I were to,
I want somebody to chime in on this one because I'm
yes,
telling
I
you,
do.
I do not. I totally disagree. I'm like, I'm not going back and deleting. No, I'm not deleting old pictures from past relationships. Period. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? I'm not going to
I
do all that.
think it's
Just to
disrespectful. I
how is
think it's
it
disrespectful to
to
your
have
new
pictures to
person.
have pictures on your
I
social
can, here's the
media?
thing, Shell. I can see if you're married, and I can see if you have, a couple of family photos on there.
So you think Ben Affleck is scrolling through J Lo's Instagram with all the pictures of her and Diddy back when they were dating? Because I'm probably sure it's hundreds of pictures. You
Was there
think that?
Instagram back then? No, there wasn't. We didn't
I
have
mean,
social
but
media
they've got
back
some
then.
kind of, but there's some kind of
There are
blog
pictures
post of
online,
all of the
but
stuff
you
that they
can't
were
do anything
doing.
about that. You can't do
Okay,
anything about what's online. We're
yeah.
talking about regular people, your personal
So are
social
you
media
telling me that
page.
if you were to, you'd expect a new boo that you were with to do that, or you'd feel like he was disrespecting you by not deleting the old pictures of him in past relationships?
Here's the thing. I don't think that what I do needs to dictate what someone else does.
But
Now,
that's what
just
you would
because,
do. Okay.
no, that's just what I would do. I would
Okay.
not feel any kind of, I think that that's your decision. I
Okay.
wouldn't want, number one, I wouldn't want somebody telling me to do it. That's a
Yeah.
concern. Like, don't tell me what to do. But what
Hmm.
I'm saying is, out of respect, I would do that. I would initiate that. They wouldn't have to come to me. And so I would hope, and things don't bother me like that. So it probably wouldn't bother me if they didn't. But I would hope that if we were moving to the next step or something, like if we were getting married or we were engaged, I would hope that they at that point they would take the initiative to do some housekeeping. That's all, because to me it's just housekeeping. That's it. Like you just don't plaster your old relationship all over, your social media.
But when you're saying, I just want to make sure we're clear, because you're saying plaster as if these things are constantly being shown in the feed. The thing is, social media is a news feed. And the only thing people are really seeing, unless they go and do a deep dive and research back into your old stuff, is what you're posting most recently. So when you say plaster, that's the thing that's kind of confusing me, because it's like you're not really plastering it. It's in your feed. You have
a lot of pictures, and again, there could be a line of demarcation between how you move forward if you're married or if you're just in a relationship. Yeah. I mean, you know what I'm saying? So you may move differently depending on what side of the fence you stand on. However, no, I probably wouldn't. There are a couple of family pictures that I wouldn't delete because that was my family. If something were to happen, that's still my family. But it would definitely be minimal. And I just, again, it's a respect thing for me, and
I hear you, sis. I
tell anybody to do that, but that's just what I would do.
I hear you, sis, and we're gonna have to agree to disagree on this topic,
please,
because I want to hear what other women feel like about this, because for me, like I said, I'm just like, that I wouldn't care if he had pictures of his other relationships on social media. I would not ask him to delete those.
Neither. We're on the same page about that. And again, that would be a personal decision that I would not, thrust upon someone else. Like, you do what makes you feel right, boo. And I'm going to do what makes me feel right. So that's just, I don't know that. And because I was thinking about that, I'm like, so I wonder if people that get divorced, and I have random thoughts, but I was like, I wonder if people that get divorced or have, a first marriage and then the second marriage, like, where do the pictures reside? Where do the wedding photos reside?
Well, let me tell you. That me and my husband are separated. There's a chance we are going to go through a full divorce. I mean, we are still pretty much amicable. We help each other. We still work together. I know he's probably seeing someone else. So if I were to enter into a new relationship, a new marriage, no, I would not have marriage photos in my house. But what's posted on social media from that timeline, that time frame? Because I'm telling you, I freaked out. I got locked out. I got locked out of my.
Like, where would it be housed? Because what I'm thinking, my question
be in a closet somewhere. They'd be in a closet somewhere.
Where? You said they wouldn't be at your house, so where would they be?
They would be in a closet or a lockbox somewhere.
At your house?
Yeah. Where else would I put them?
That's my question. That was the question that I was ruminating on in my head. Like, so when people get divorced, like, what happens to those memories?
You put them in a box. They are still in your head, but you put them in a box. You put them in a box.
Right, at whose house? Because
wait, what are you talking about? At whose house?
What I'm saying is, let's say that you finished with the divorce. Maybe I'm a little bit further along than you. In the scenario, what I'm saying is that if you are divorced, if you guys decide to get divorced,
right?
Let's say you move into another relationship that progresses to proposing, engagement, all that good stuff, marriage. Now you have this marital home with your new husband,
right?
just want to know where the hell are those memories?
They come with me. I mean, if he can't accept the fact that that was my past life, I'm not displaying them all over our new home together. But what do? Throw them away as if they didn't ever exist?
That was my question.
No,
I mean, I think you missed.
no.
That was my question.
Okay. No, because I mean, when you think about the so we're talking about social media versus the physical, real world.
Right.
No, they still come to the house. They still come to the house.
Really?
Or maybe, yeah, they do. What do I throw them away, Stacey? Would you throw yours away?
No, I wouldn't say that.
Tell me what you would do.
No,
bruh. Tell me what you would do with those pictures.
Because I want to give you an honest answer.
Okay.
And I'm trying to put myself in that position to think like,
okay.
I don't know. Maybe give them to someone close to me to house.
Girl, I'm not believing that we really having this conversation. Are you freaking kidding me? You talking about a picture not having it in your
No, I'm not talking about one picture. I said wedding
several photo album.
Right. Like I can't. I don't know. I never in depth like that. But that is a topic. Like I haven't thought about it. But people get married, for the first time, and people get married, they get divorced and then they have second marriages. So what happens to all of the memories from the first marriage?
They never go away, man. I'm telling you,
the physical memories, the tangible memories.
Right. Which is the reason why I would keep them in some lockbox, because at some point when I'm maybe in my 70s and 80s, maybe the kids come back, the grandkids, and maybe want to know about their grandfather, or who was he? What was you guys' marriage like? Can I see pictures? What did my grandfather look like? So
I understand that.
Yeah, that's where I'm coming at it from.
So
it's
would
like
you discuss with the new boo, with the new husband?
It's nothing to discuss. There is a lockbox in a closet somewhere.
I mean, if that's his house,
you're telling me that picture's going to be that critical to our relationship that I got to discuss? I brought marriage pictures from my last relationship.
Emotionally about this. All I'm asking is, where would they be housed? That's it. It's not don't attach any emotions to it.
In a box, in a closet.
Okay. And again, my question is, would you first discuss it, or would it just be like, oh, it is what it is? Because you got to be careful in relationships not to step on toes. Like we talked about that before. And you have in a relationship, in a marriage, it's about you two deciding together. It's not about what you think is right or what you think is wrong. It's about the both of you coming to an agreement. So you may feel that way, but are you just not going to consider the husband
about a picture, Stacey?
You're minimizing it, and so
you making it seem like a picture is bigger. I mean, I understand the other stuff.
Sure. I mean, okay, so let's add a dress. Let's add a suit.
Again, that's different. That's different. That's different.
It's memory. How is a dress different from
I don't need to save my wedding dress when I'm with a new man and I have a new wedding dress. Those things really, yes, I would get rid of a dress.
Those down. Some people pass them down to their daughters.
Okay, which is fine. Okay, so then house it at the auntie's house or something. But like I said, no.
Why can't those be at the auntie's house then, Shell? I'm just saying, okay, I hear what you're saying. Okay, I do. I hear what you're saying. But again, I'm saying that's something that.
Do you think men really think about stuff like that though?
I mean, I don't know. I don't know, because I've never been married before. I had a first marriage. I haven't had a second marriage. I haven't had a first marriage.
To even be thinking about what it would be like for a second marriage.
Right.
I don't know. That's why I would love for somebody to come in and chime in, please, because the thing is, well, like I said, when you get into the dresses and all of because I mean, as a woman, we're emotional. When we see these pictures, when we see these things, it brings up emotions. But I think that when you're in a new relationship, there is a certain amount of respect you have to have for that relationship. And I don't want to minimize it to say, oh, it's just all about having a photo album and all of that. But when you're done with the relationship, you're done with it. But when you have had kids and all of that, you can never be fully done with it. That you can't erase that from your life. I don't
Absolutely
think you
not.
have to move it to a storage box somewhere as if it never existed. That's all I'm saying. And what social media does, I've been, like I said, I've been on Facebook for 10 years. So
Yeah,
if me and my husband do get divorced,
old pictures, don't I get it?
I'm not going to erase. I'm just letting any dude know that's interested in me. Michelle is not going to delete her pictures from her past relationships on her social media.
Let me throw a curveball.
Okay.
What if he says, what if your new husband, and I'm saying husband, not boo, because I don't mean relationship, I mean husband. Let's say you get married again. And he says, you know what, babe? I want you, like, can you start a new Facebook page? Because not your business page. This is not your business. Okay, Shell.
No. I'm already saying no. No.
I hear you.
I'm telling you no. I'm telling you no. If that's a deal breaker for our relationship, then no. Because I mean, it's not that serious. It's a freaking social media. Before social media even came around, man. Well, I mean, come on, man. No. Period. Okay. And so I guess I'll be what Kevin Samuel say? Die along with your dog. Because if that's a deal breaker,
the saluting music, like, you know, I don't know.
Then I will die alone. Because if you are gonna let that be a deal breaker in our relationship, no, bro. Bye.
I rebuke that. But here's the thing. Now, because I'm your girl, so I'm gonna call you out on this, okay? Because let's go back to I think I forgot which podcast we were or which subject we were talking about, but you kind of named out all of the things that were issues in the current marriage. And so I mean,
some of the stuff I saw on like his social media and stuff.
Huh?
Some of the stuff that I saw on his social media.
No. I'm
you. I'm telling. We'll say that for another podcast.
Please. I was not gonna call you out like.
Oh Lord, call me out, baby. I'm ready to put it all on tape. But no. What?
I'm referring to the things that you said that you were responsible for as far as getting wrong in a relationship, and you said I was, manipulative.
Right.
Of the words you use, I don't remember. Right. I don't keep score.
So, manipulative, controlling, wanted things my way. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, but that kind of sounds like the same thing.
Well, then I guess I will die alone. I'm not bending on the social media thing because that's just absolutely, it's just absolutely ridiculous. If he says, we can't be together if you don't delete, or create a new Facebook page.
That man would say that necessarily, and if he does say that, that's a controlling man. So let me put out there that being controlling is not the business. Okay. That's not how we want to move in a relationship. But I'm just saying, there are some things that we do out of common courtesy, you know what I mean, without someone having to ask. And for me, and maybe, I don't know, and maybe because I only am on, one platform currently. Yeah. So, I mean, and I have, maybe that's, I'm thinking, like that.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Let me tell you, I've hidden photos. You know what I'm saying? I have hidden photos on social media because, in my certain photo albums and things like that. You have the option to like hide photos and things like that. So I have made adjustments.
Media savvy.
Okay. So yeah, I have made, those types of adjustments, not necessarily for somebody else, but just for me and not for, the thing is, like I say, with my current situation, if I am going to be back on the market, then there are certain things I want hidden on my social media page. You know what I mean?
Right.
So,
isn't it the same thing though?
Huh?
Isn't that the same thing? Like, why would you hide it because you're on the market? But once you
I didn't hide any of the marriage photos.
You wouldn't hide it for him.
Well, I didn't hide any of the marriage photos or anything like that because I don't know, once the kids get older, maybe they have a Facebook page and they friend me and they, might scroll through those memories and think, wow, I remember when mommy and daddy were together and that was so awesome and cool. But no, I hid some stuff that, where I might have been, baby, partying and stuff like that. So no, I didn't hide it for.
Post them then.
You said what?
I said, why would you even post them then if they were that
was that. No, I don't have anything crazy out there, okay, but I'm just saying when me and you was out in Puerto Rico and all that, no, I hid them for business purposes. Thank you. I hid them for business purposes and not necessarily for some dude thinking, because baby, I got some sexy photos on there. Those aren't hidden.
How's on now?
What?
I remember in Puerto Rico. Yes, we did.
Thank you.
We had some amazing pictures. And yes, that rock don't owe us nothing.
Out there in the water. Thank you. Out there on the beach, baby. We had some great photos. And so I get a lot of DMs about that. I was getting a lot of DMs when I posted them pictures.
Okay.
So, like I said, I don't know. I don't want to go too deep off in the cliff because we already, deep into this conversation. I want to keep our podcast as short as possible.
I mean,
it's good because I would love. I just want to know what other people think about this and just the whole thing with celebrities. Because the thing is, the way we just went off into this, it just lets me know that it doesn't matter whether you're a celebrity or not. These things impact you as well. Yeah, if you're, like you said, if you're now with a new boo and you're posting your old boo talking about Throwback Thursday, that wouldn't be cool. If we together and y'all look on your social media page and now you doing a Throwback Thursday with your ex-girlfriend, that's gonna be a problem. That's gonna be a problem.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a problem.
I mean, but it's a memory. You can't erase the memory.
Well, like I said, it's
just saying.
But you intentionally upload it. Now, Facebook is real funny about showing you memories from 5 years ago, 7 years ago, 10 years ago. But if you posted it as a fresh, post like, hey, Throwback Thursday with my girlfriend. If you with a new chick, that's totally inappropriate.
If you know that the ex-girlfriend that you're posting about is with a new man,
even more inappropriate. Thank you.
Extremely.
Thank you.
Extremely. It's not cute.
And so, but look, 50 didn't post anything about Vivica, did he? It was just blog posts about.
Well, no, right? She was on again. She went, she did a recent interview with Vlad TV, which is, a very popular platform that a lot of people go on, a lot of celebrities go on for interviews, and again it's wildly popular. But she went on there and she said that he was the love of her life. I get it, he can be the love of your life, but here's the thing, there are some things that we talk about in public and there are some things that we talk about only with our girlfriends.
And thank you. And the thing is,
the things you say only with your girlfriend,
right? Because the thing is, love of your life means that what's going on in your life right now then? You know what I'm saying? I mean, if that's the love of your life, then what is going on with you? Because it's over. He has a girl. He's not with you anymore.
No. And if you're on the market, you're currently, and I hate to say on the market, like, but anybody's a product, but if you're out there looking for someone or dating or whatever, who wants to hear that this other guy was the love of your life? Like, who wants to come behind?
And who thinks that they can? That's what I'm saying. Especially if you're like a regular dude, and you might be a 6-figure earner, but if you think that she's the kind of chick that's into, these, high top earning celebrities, you're not going to even think you can compete. She doesn't know who's looking at her.
The thing is, she said generous. So
thank you. Those type of key words.
That's a word right there. That means okay. So he was paying. Like,
but he can do that.
That's why he was the love of your life.
Tell us what the real. That's what I'm saying. So
I think he's a very careful behind closed doors. I said that. I think that behind closed doors, he's Curtis. Now the way he be snapping in public, I personally get a kick out of it. I feel like he is literally the enforcer. And I wish I had his number so that if somebody owed me some money, I could call.
That's who you want to call. Right.
Right. But I think that Curtis is probably a really sweet guy, probably treats his woman, like a queen. And that's what she's missing, and that's what she
Right.
knows about him, and the other women that he's dated, that's
And
what they know about him.
you know what's kind of scary about that? And we're gonna go ahead and close this out because we're coming up on an hour. But you know
Oh
what?
gosh.
If girl, but if that is what she is longing for, what is the marketplace looking like right? You know what I'm saying? What is the marketplace looking like right now? You know, there should be
Well,
plenty of men out there, or what we would think is a pretty open marketplace, but I guess it shrinks. I'm telling you. I guess
listen,
your
men have high standards too now. Men are
right,
like,
right,
they want gold diggers. They don't want women, that
right.
coming after their money. Like, I get that too. And so if
Yeah,
you looking like
yeah.
that's all you're about, yeah, I'm sorry. If I was a boy, as Beyonce says, I'm after you either.
At all, because if I saw that article, I'd be like, "Oh, never mind." You know,
Yeah.
I'd be passing you up at the club too. Like, nah, I'm good. Let me find
Yeah.
somebody who, not really into all of that. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Who
So,
just wants love, just pure love
yeah,
and support
yeah,
and, all
yeah.
of
So,
that,
yeah,
intangible stuff. Right.
I hope they didn't like spin the article in a way where she didn't really mean it, like that. Because the thing is,
How do you
there's a
spin that?
there's a difference between saying he is the love of my life or he was the love of my life. You know what I'm
What's the
saying?
difference? I mean, because currently, if you're still talking about him, I don't care if you say was or is. Like, if you're still talking about him, I'm going to use present tense, period.
Yeah. Well,
That's how most people see
poor
it.
her, because the thing is, it's a done deal, boo boo.
I said, poor her.
I'm gonna tell Auntie Viv it's time to move on, boo boo. You know what I'm saying? If I
Oh,
know, if I know, like, if I know what I think I know, you're well up in your age as we are getting up in our age,
yeah,
where
she's
you
50
know,
something. I think like
it,
56, I
it,
think. Yeah.
girl, what 56,
I think so, yeah.
girl.
I mean, and
That
that's not old.
I'm
Like,
not saying it's
it's by
old, but I'm
today's
saying it's a whole
standards.
different relationship
Absolutely.
thing where you can't be talking about what used to be. It's about who do you want to grow old with now? Who can, you just be happy with? I mean, I think sometimes you have to just get grounded into what, is going to really make you happy. It doesn't matter what you thought was the love of your life. What is now moving forward, your new plan. So, I mean, like I
Yeah,
said,
I
after
mean,
all of
she's
the
still a
success,
beautiful woman.
yeah,
I don't know if she stays in shape.
yeah,
I don't follow her like that. But
right.
again, the pictures that I've seen, she's still a beautiful woman. So,
Mhm.
age wise, yeah, you kind of up there. I mean,
Right.
that doesn't mean that you can't find love. But running around talking about 50
Yo,
cents is probably not
that's not gonna
going to
help.
add points to, anybody's
That's not gonna
scorecard
help.
for
Thank
you.
you. Thank you. That's not gonna
Yeah,
help you, boo boo. And
no,
so I think we all have to get realistic. You know what I'm saying? No matter what our situations are, it's like,
absolutely,
so
absolutely. Diddy too. Like,
yeah.
let's let it
And then
go.
thank you, dude. Because
J-Lo
when we
has
start
been
counting your
gone.
age, yeah, we count your age.
It's about the same.
Right. And the
Yeah,
thing is,
he's
yeah, they say, men, they have longer, they have more options the older they get or whatever. But at the end of the day, not when you still talking about another woman,
mm,
period. So,
I mean, Cassie left. And so,
mhm.
I mean, when we talk about options, if it was that great, would she have left?
Not at all. Not
It's
to
a whole
mention the ones that have left
conversation.
before.
My cousin says that's a whole nother episode of Oprah.
Okay, thank you. And we're gonna have to hit on that. And I'm sure at some point, like I said, these will be hot topics that are hitting the streets and the airways. And we
Absolutely.
are here to bring you guys just our, deep dive perspective from our own, experiences as to, how we see things. And if you
Yes.
have any information, comments, let us know what's up,
Yeah,
man. We just
especially
here.
on this one. I really want to hear what the people have to say on this one because
I
I want to know
do.
what
I
y'all do with
do.
those photo
Right,
albums
right.
and dresses and all that good stuff.
Yeah, don't be leaving no generic like comments and stuff. Give us the real deal and let us know what's up,
Agree
because we
with?
need
Do
to.
you agree with Stacey or do you
Or do
agree
you,
with Michelle?
Michelle? Either way, let us know, and definitely make sure you know what your love language is. Take the quiz at our website www.raindropconvos.com. Show your results. What's your
And
love
that's
language?
REIGN.
Exactly. Understand what your love language is. I really think that makes a really big difference in how you communicate with the person that you're with. You need to know your love language and you need to know their love language so that
Absolutely.
we can create better relationships and that lead into marriages. We see so many celebrities that are in and out of relationships. And so obviously, honestly, and even just with regular people, I don't think people understand what the love languages are. And so understand the love languages so that you can, have these long, healthy relationships and stay happy, man. That's what it's all
Yes.
about. That
Yes.
is exactly what it's all about. So holler back at us. And this has
Please.
been another podcast with your girl, Michelle, and
Stacey.
with these raindrop combos, man. We're going to keep it
Queens dropping gems.
gems. And we are going to keep bringing this fire content to you.
Yes.
Please chime in, like, share, subscribe, and we want to hear from you.
Please.
You guys have an awesome, awesome day. Peace.
Love you guys. Thanks for listening.